Hello, my name is Steve Lord and I'm the Technical Director of Easytherm Limited. Today we're going to be looking at configuring the Easytherm, and this is video 3 of 4 videos which are called Easytherm out of the box, installing the Easytherm, configuring the Easytherm and using the Easytherm app. So previously in the last video we checked the customer's Wi-Fi. And just a quick point before we talk about the other things that we did, always remember that you can ask the customer to check the Wi-Fi before you even arrive at their house by doing something simple like taking a smartphone or a laptop to the place where you're going to install the Easytherm and just asking them to browse their favourite websites at the place where you're going to put the Easytherm. Also in the last video we performed the electrical installation of the Easytherm. We powered on the Easytherm and we checked that the Easytherm was capable of turning on the hot water and turning on the heating. And just one very final, very important point. The moment that we'd done all of that stuff, we'd done the electrical installation, we were able to use the Easytherm straight away as a standard 7-day programmer. So we were able to do things like set up programs, do the boosts for the heating on the water, do overrides and that sort of thing. So without doing any kind of additional Wi-Fi configuration, setting up apps or anything like that, we were able to use the Easytherm straight away. So moving on to today, we're going to, in this video, show you 2 very important things. The first thing is how to connect the Easytherm to the Wi-Fi. And the second important thing we're going to show you is how to install the Easytherm app onto the customer's smartphone. So, items that you'll need. The things that you'll need to perform the things that we're going to do today are you'll need a laptop or an iPod or a pad of some kind, and you'll need to understand what the customer's Wi-Fi network name and their network password are. Always remember that you can ask the customer to enter the password themselves if you're worried about asking them for their Wi-Fi password. You'll also need a thing called the Easytherm API key, and you can find that inside the box with Easytherm, along with a thing called the Easytherm number. The final thing that you'll need is that you'll need a download address which you can get from the Easytherm website, and that's the download address for the smartphone app. One final point before we move on to actually doing the configuration is a quick thought about the customer's network type. Easytherm is designed to be used with almost all standard home network setups, and you should find that in 90% of the cases or more, Easytherm goes straight in without having to do anything whatsoever other than the configuration we're going to show you in this video. However, there are a few customers that will have unusual Wi-Fi networks. They might have things like web security, or they might have a static IP address. Easytherm can handle those things, but all you have to do is look in the manual, and the setup for those unusual networks is detailed inside the manuals. We're now going to move on to showing you how to put the Easytherm into easy config mode. We're now ready to put Easytherm into easy config mode, and that's very simply done by pressing the 2 up and down arrows like that, and then pressing the reset button underneath the box momentarily like that. And you can see the display changes and it immediately goes into the easy config display. Take special note of this IP address at the bottom, 169.254.1.1, because you'll be using this in a minute. What the Easytherm is doing now is that it's created its own Wi-Fi network, specially to allow you to connect a laptop or an iPod or a pad, and you will then be able to browse into the configuration screen of Easytherm and set up your customer's Wi-Fi details. So we've just put the Easytherm into easy config mode, and now what you see is a device that's already connected to my home network, which is Sawadi And you can see underneath that there's a network called Easytherm which is not connected to yet. So I'm just going to click on the Easytherm network so that it joins the Easytherm network. And whilst that's doing that, I'm just going to come out of here and open the Safari browser. And then that IP address that you saw on the display of the Easytherm box when it was in easy config mode, we're going to put into the browser address bar up here. So that's the 169.254.1.1 address, and press go. And immediately you can see the easy config screen come up in the browser. There it is. We just press login to go straight in there, and you'll see the Easytherm status screen come up in the browser. If you look at the menu on the left hand side, you'll see that there's a menu item called Config Wi-Fi. So we just click on that. And you can see now that we're straight into the little screen where we can enter the customer's network name and the customer's network password. So you'll also see that there's a couple of security options at the top there. Just leave it in WPA or WPA2 for almost every network that you're likely to come across. If you need to use web, then just go to the manual and check the manual out to see how to configure for web. So first of all, we're going to put the customer's network name, and that goes in the box called Wi-Fi SSID. And in this instance, the customer's network name is Sawadi because it's my house. And we're going to put the password in. We go. Now you can see that the Easytherm is restarting, and it's time to go back and look at the Easytherm LCD screen. Okay, we've just completed setting up the customer's network name and password in the browser, and we've gone back to the Easytherm to see what happens next. So whilst we're waiting for it to join the network, you will know that it's joined the network when a little sort of lollipop stick comes up over here and starts to flash. It takes about 45 seconds for this to happen. And there it is. There's the lollipop flashing. Now that shows that it's joined the customer's Wi-Fi network and everything is fine. But if you want added reassurance that everything is good, a good thing you could do is just press the menu button and go straight down to Show Network Info and press that. And there you can see that it's picked up the customer's network name. Underneath that you can see that it says link OK. And then at the top here, if you're into networking, you can see that it's found the correct IP address 192.168.169.4. That IP address will be different for every different customer's network, but that is showing that everything is absolutely fine. And just press home to go back to the normal runtime menu, and that's it. So we're now connected to Wi-Fi and ready to install the app. We've now completed the connection of the Easytherm to Wi-Fi, and the next step is to install the Easytherm app on your smartphone or other device. So a couple of words about the types of device that you can use. Really the best platforms for the Easytherm app are either Android phones or Apple devices. And if you're working with Android, really a good place to start, because you're going to need to open a browser to do the download of the app. A good place to do that is inside Android Chrome. If you're working with an Apple device, then a good place to start is to work inside the Safari browser. But today we're using a Samsung Note, and we're going to open the Chrome browser and download the app, which we will then install onto the home screen. So first of all open Chrome, and what you need to get now is the download link, which you can get from our website. So you could either browse straight to the website, or I've actually already set it up on here, so it goes very, very much quicker. Okay, so here's the download app in this instance, the download address. And you can see that it's starting the download. Wait a fair while sometimes, depending on your network speed, to download the app. It's now completed. You can see that it's all the messages have gone from the screen. And then just press the button at the bottom and add it to the home screen by pressing that item there. Okay, so we've done all of that before, so we won't do it again. We've already added it to our home screen in this Samsung Note, and what we're going to do is go and have a quick hunt around for the Easytherm icon that we've just added to the home screen. And there it is up there. You can see the familiar Easytherm logo. Just press on that and you should see that it's loading nicely. Give it a couple of seconds to finish loading. And there it is. It fills out the whole screen, which shows that you're now working in what's called sort of native mode. It's no longer working inside the browser. So the next thing to do is to connect your app to your Easytherm box. Now, if you can imagine, there are many, many apps and there are many, many Easytherm boxes. They have to know about each other, and they do that by having a thing called an API key, which is unique for each customer and for each Easytherm. So the first thing to do is to go into the configuration screen and set up this API key, and that's very simply done by pressing on here 3 times in quick succession and then quickly connecting like that. What you can see is the configuration screen now, and it's really quite simple to set up. All you need to do is to copy the API key into the little box called API key, and then put a number into the ET number box, which is below it. Now, a little tip, although the API key is written down inside the box containing the Easytherm, one thing that I quite like to do is to send myself a copy of the API key on email, and that allows me to cut and paste when I arrive at a customer's house, so I don't have to have the long process of typing in a 16-character API key. So if I just go and press on here it comes with paste, and if I just press paste, you can see that my API key goes straight into that box quite nicely. I know that the ET number in this instance is number 7. Now this little thing here, that allows you to determine whether the customer has to enter a username and password every time they start the app. Now if the customer's already got a PIN number on their phone, maybe they don't need to do that, because otherwise they'd have to enter a PIN number to get into the phone and then to enter a password to get into the app, and some customers find that too much. So in this instance I'll set it to no, but you can set it to yes. If you set it to yes, it's the same username and password that you can set up in Easy Config, and all of that's described in the manual. So the last thing to do really is to just press the save button down here. And that's it. The Easytherm app is ready to go, fully configured. You can just check that it's all working by pressing connect. And you can see it's going to look for the server. It says Easytherm server found, and you can log in. And what you should see now is that the time on the app display is the same as the time on your Easytherm box, and the other settings are exactly the same as on your Easytherm box, as they are in this case. Thank you very much.